Hey,
Let's address it
grab your coffee
with Haley.
and Cody.
So I
don't know. Alrighty. Hit me with it.
Did you know that at one point in the 18th century, pockets were removed from women's clothing because it was deemed too powerful?
Oh, the pockets are too powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, can't hide your switchblade.
Maybe.
Huh.
Maybe.
Did you know?
I thought Rita would have known that fact.
No, I know the button fact.
What's the button fact?
Okay, so you know how men's shirts like button on one side and women's shirts button on the other?
Yes.
It's because we used to have help getting dressed every day. That's why our buttons are reversed.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd be so annoyed if I had like 3 people helping me. I'd be like, please give me space. Not a morning person.
I
like back.
think I would love
Oh,
it.
you would love it?
Yeah, I'd be like, dress me, please. Okay, yes, tighter.
Well, today we have Rita with us, and Rita is one of our wonderful stylists, and thank you so much for coming in and talking with us. We just wanted to kind of show some spotlight on you so future brides can get to see you, past brides get to say hi again. And so you started the Wedding Shoppe May 24th, 2021.
Yes.
Wow. And I'm going to read off some quick facts about you. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right. So you used to collect a ton of magazines, and you started at a wedding store at 16.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't let you work with the bridal gowns, but you got that itch and knew that like you wanted to be around it.
Mm-hmm.
You heard about us through frozen dresses, so I'm excited to hear more about that. You have 30 plants, more than 30 plants, and tomato plants are your favorite.
Yes.
And our fun fact about you is that you never stop moving, crafting, and you are so extremely loyal to the ones you love.
That's so sweet. Yeah, I would say that's accurate. I like that.
Well, good. They're your facts, so I'm glad they're accurate. So tell us about the frozen dress. I want to hear it.
Okay, so I used to live on the other side of the state, and I was looking to come here, and I was just looking at bridal salons in the area, and I saw a news clipping come up about Metro Detroit salon has dresses that froze outside, and that's when I first heard about the Wedding Shoppe.
Awesome.
It was the most random thing. I've never seen anything like it. And essentially what it were like two, I even remember the dress, now that I work here, I know the name of the dress. It was Carissa. It was a sweetheart dress, and it was dumped water on it, and you guys like froze it outside, and it was like a hollow form of a dress, and I was like, that is so cool.
That was a fun experiment.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was fun.
I'm bummed it's never happened again. It hasn't gotten as cold, but
yeah,
that's how I found out about the Wedding Shoppe.
That's awesome.
That.
Yeah.
What a fun thing to like find out and be like, I want to work where the frozen dresses are.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the place.
We still have a couple picked out upstairs, and we have the mannequins. I was cleaning out upstairs the other day and came across like a half mannequin, and I was like, "What is this?" And then
mannequin.
Yes, I remember.
It's hard to be like, oh, I loved it. And then you're like, but it's summer and I don't want to think about the
Yeah,
cold.
no.
But I love that the frozen
No.
dress brought you in. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it happens again this year. Yeah,
Maybe.
Love it.
Maybe a little fun for anniversary.
I feel like I just want to go right into a few questions,
Do it.
and I actually wrote them down so I wouldn't forget them. So,
Okay.
forgive me for my phone. However, I want to know, when did you first fall in love with fashion? Because you went to school for fashion also.
Yeah.
Was there like one specific moment that made you realize that's what you wanted to do?
You know, I've always really loved dresses as a kid. I always like to like giggle and say I'm just a girl, but I really am. When I was a kid, my parents used to watch Lebanese TV, and there was one specific singer who always had like the most lavish gowns. And we were like a very big, like, you know how certain families spend certain times in certain rooms?
Yeah.
Like, we were the living room family.
Aw.
And I would like wrap myself in blankets, pretending they were like lavish, like beaded gowns. And I'd be like, look at me.
That is so cute.
So, like, that was my first, that's what I always think back to. And that's what, like, I think the moment I was like, oh, I love dresses and I love fashion. It just kind of like built as I was a kid and grew up and stuff.
What was the first item that you actually made?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think back to what I made. Okay, I have a couple answers. I remember in 5th grade starting like a little side hustle of
Very Rita of you.
tearing like clothes apart with a seam ripper. I didn't even have scissors, so I'd like slice them with a super sharp seam ripper, and I'd like sew little ruffles onto jean skirts for everybody.
That's adorable.
Oh my gosh.
Please tell me you charged for those.
I don't remember, honestly.
50 cents.
Probably.
$1 on the playground.
Your best strawberries that week.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk in the lunchbox. Like, I want that.
Oh my gosh.
I think like the first dress I ever made, it was a lime green dress. It was crepe, like a silky crepe. And it was for Easter. It looked so horrible. I don't even know if I still have it. But that was the first time I like really opened up a pattern and was like, I'm gonna make my dress for Easter.
Wow.
How
old were you?
patterns? Yeah, like how did that start?
I must have been like 10 years old at that point.
That's
maybe
awesome.
11. I was pretty young. But my mom was like always so encouraging. Was like, just do it, whatever. Like I used to sew like buttons onto things, and then I was like, no, I really want to learn how to sew. And I think that was like one of the first projects I did.
And shout out to your mama, because she is just the sweetest, most wonderful woman. So
Seriously.
I know you're watching this, so thanks for being our biggest fan.
Mom, I love you.
I love it.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so 10, 11, you're already like opening patterns.
Yeah.
Okay, so flash forward when you like start school. Like
Yeah.
you go into fashion school.
Where did you go to school?
Yeah.
So I went to school at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Funny enough, every point in my life I feel like has happened for a reason. I got declined from fashion school for the first time, which was so incredibly heartbreaking because I think all I ever wanted to do was make pretty dresses and be a designer. And I was so heartbroken. If you ask me, like, what's the first point in your life you were truly ever, like, bummed?
That's it.
It was that.
Aw.
And it lit a fire under my butt. I was like, no, I'm going to go to this school. I was at Haberman's, which is a local fabric store here, and someone had told me about a school in New York. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. I'm actually going there, but I'm going to go tour at a different school. And I went on the tour for the school I ended up going to. I loved it so much, I booked a tour and went again the next day. And I was just like,
cool.
I want to go to this school so bad.
Oh my gosh.
So when I got declined, I was like, I don't care. I'm going to take summer classes and I'm going to go back. So I started a season late. But yeah, FIT is my home for sure.
Wow.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
How was New York fashion? Like, what inspired you the most out of it?
Honestly, it was just really eye-opening to meet so many different cool people. I came from a place where I think I was surrounded by a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
And it was fun to branch out and just fully like go from like small town to like the city.
Immerse yourself into it.
Yeah, I met some of my best friends there, and we're still all really good friends. And it doesn't matter like where any of us live. Like I think there's like a trauma commitment there with going to college and doing really hard things. But I think I went in so like naive, honestly, and just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make pretty things, and it was very challenging because they're like trying to get you to be more conceptual, and I just wanted to make like dresses that looked like they're from the 50s and 60s. So that was an interesting thing to tap into, like the more conceptual side of me. But I've definitely like reverted back to like what I used to really love doing before. Yeah.
Well, you've actually made a super beautiful
I did.
things. You designed and made one of your best friend's wedding dresses.
I did.
Wild.
It was
Dresses,
the
people.
coolest
Dresses.
thing. It was the coolest thing ever. I have
Christina,
to say,
you looked amazing.
Christina, I love you. She knows that.
Those photos. Did you see the photos?
Yeah,
We'll
they
let
were
you talk
stunning.
in a minute, but
no,
you're
they were
good.
stunning, and I was like,
oh,
that was beautiful.
I loved all the behind the scenes.
I
too.
know, it was so fun to like watch it like happening from the pattern and then
Yeah.
kind of building up and up and up. Like
Yeah.
it was just kind of cool to see all of that.
Tell us about what that was like, because does she live in Michigan? She doesn't even live in
She
Michigan,
was
right?
living in Ohio, but her home base is Chicago, and we went to so many stores there. It was insane. And you know what? After like being here, we have over 1,000 dresses. Other salons are different. They're much more curated, small collections. And for us, we're like, oh my gosh, you got to try like 15. That's great. For other salons, you try like a couple. I mean, those were those salons we went to. It's not every place is like that. But we kind of left a couple shopping experiences being like, wow, she didn't love anything. She didn't get the feeling in anything. And we had kind of joked around about, it's like, oh, it'd be so funny if we made it. Because that's just like what we joked about in college. You'd be like, oh, like we could make that.
Yeah.
Eating your words now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of did happen. And then like a week later, Christina called me and was like, what if we did make it? And I was like, I mean, that would be the coolest thing ever, and I would not say no. And yeah, we did it.
Did you guys have any type of friendship agreement where, like, if this doesn't work out, we're still gonna be friends? Like, was there?
I feel like we would have that agreement. Like,
I love you no matter what.
you're like, initial here, please. I want to take a copy of your ID.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I think it was tricky because us as friends are very different than us as how we work in a workroom. While we have like worked on a lot of projects together and simultaneously, we didn't have this understanding where it was like, you need to tell me, like, no way, if anything is going on, you have to tell me. And I think she was like a little more shy to go into it, where I was more like, is something wrong? Like, you have to say it. Like, at any point, like, stop me. Like, I want to make sure you love every aspect of it.
Absolutely.
But she was also so patient because we probably made like 7 to 8 prototypes of her dress.
Yeah.
And it was like a labor of love for sure.
It's new. Like, you guys had so much fun, like, making things, but, like, to actually look at your best friend and be like, let's try and make your vision come to life.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But also, it's not going to hurt my feelings.
Right, right. But it's also my work, so
and it's also
like
the most important dress ever. Like, there's so many
moving
factors
parts to it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of moving parts. I remember the one that finally like worked, the prototype. I cut it in fabric and I said, from here on out, until you see it sewn up, I'm not going to show you anything.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
And that was like a probably a pretty painful month for her.
Yeah.
And she actually came here. She drove up and I blindfolded her and we like walked out to like this little area.
I just got like little chills. That's
Where were we?
I know.
It's soccer hours on a
I
Saturday.
feel like I was there though when she and her fiance, now husband, pulled up. I feel like I was here and we were kind of all like, okay, it's been a long day. And you're like, okay, bye everyone.
Yeah. It was such an exciting moment. She walked out and I was like, don't open your eyes.
Oh my
and I had the camera set up and she opened her eyes and like,
finally had her moment.
she finally like, it was in tears, like had never cried in a
That
wedding
is
dress.
just so sweet. And honestly, like, hearing you talk about it and how you light up and getting chills,
Yeah. I love that girl.
I hope that you, like, that's your best friend, right? Like, it's going to mean so much more. But I've also seen you feel this way when you are helping one of our brides find their dress.
Absolutely.
Like, there's something where, yes, it's your best friend, like, that's meaningful, but like, I've seen how meaningful it is for you and how impactful it is to the bride when you really do care.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a beautiful thing to watch when our stylists really do care
They're so
for our
invested.
brides. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just another bride walking through the door. Like, it is someone's best friend.
Yeah.
It is someone's sister coming through, and you're treating them like that. And, like, it's just so fun.
Yeah.
If I learned anything, like just from you guys too, we're so spoiled as a team. Like, we're so loved and we're given so many tools to like truly give people the best time ever, but also implement our personalities.
Yeah, that's important.
And through going on that journey with her, I came back with like even a greater appreciation for like the business that we are and the women that we work with, because it's so different. You don't really see it till you go outside and come back. And it's like, oh my God, we're so lucky. Like, and we have the coolest brides, and everyone has come to us because they're like, my friend has come here, my cousin's come here, my sister, and like, those are my favorite things to hear because I'm like, I'm so happy. Like, now it's your turn. Like, that's so cool.
And it's fun when your past brides are in the group and you're like,
Right.
okay, show me some photos.
Yeah.
Like, I want to quick, like, let's see real quick. Okay, now bride. Like, I'm back focused.
Love too when like the yes photos are being taken and mom or aunt is like, she's engaged next or she's getting engaged next.
You'll see her
be
soon.
back. Yeah, we'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And getting to see the different personalities of each of those brides, even though they're in such a tight knit group, everyone is so different.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. I think that was what was cool about helping Shelby is that I like met her sister. Shelby does videos online and like is this crazy amazing entrepreneur and like such an inspirational woman. And I was following her and then I heard she got engaged and I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if I helped Shelby. And then I just manifested it, which is like so much of Shelby's thing is like manifest the things you want. I was like, I would love to like just
You're like,
be
I'm
her
living
friend.
it.
That was so cool.
That's awesome.
Well, it's kind of like you said, like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I feel like there is a reason each bride is put with each stylist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a couple other questions. They'll be quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Blue 42, no. And how did the chicken cross the road?
What is a fashion risk you think more brides should be willing to take?
I like that one.
Oh. I have two things.
Okay.
One is trying color, even though you'd never thought about wearing color.
When you say color, do you mean like, pew, or do you mean like blushes and champagnes? You know what I mean, right?
I'm gonna get you the dress.
Yeah.
I think a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're fortunate to have so many options for our brides, but it wasn't until I started looking at people's galleries that I really started to understand how colors in a wedding dress photograph.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the all ivory dresses, just, you know that dress in person, you see it in the picture, and you're like, oh, it looks different. It looks a little different.
Yeah.
So like exploring colors and not being afraid to like talk about skin tones and like your undertones and like what would actually work best for you, rather than living with the mentality of like, I have to be in white, I have to be in ivory. Like, it's so like, branch out.
Yeah. Before you do your next one, a little thing about Rita. If you guys haven't met Rita, she has a closet, and she has her closet sectioned off into work Rita, which is black.
You don't.
And then she has outside of work Rita, which is so colorful.
That's hysterical.
All of her dresses, because you wear dresses.
You do
and
have great
skirts,
dresses.
but they're red, yellow. She's got the pinks and like the rainbow colors, and it's like so fabulous.
The hangers are coordinated.
Yes, yes. She'll have to show you a picture.
I have to show you a picture.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
May 1st.
I feel like that would give me such anxiety.
outside of work, Rita is like color. There's no
That's
black.
great.
Yeah.
I love the colorful. It's just the organization of the closet that's like stressing me out right now.
I'm gonna hire Rita to do my closet. It's all black though, so it'll be.
I know, that's
it'll
why
be
I'm like,
easy.
I don't really have.
Okay, what's the second one?
The second thing is taking a risk with accessories. I have to say, accessories change everything. And it's probably because one accessory changed my wedding dress very much that it convinced me single-handedly, like that was my dress.
Yeah.
But there are so many things you can do with wedding dresses. Like little ties on the shoulders. You can do a short veil. You can do a veil change. You can do an earring change. You can do gloves, like a bracelet. The shoes could be your whole moment.
To
if
make
you
it
had
your
a leg
own.
slit.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for your number one thing for you to say.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a bow. But
There it is.
clearly, it's gonna be a bow. That's what really
Yeah.
changed my dress. I knew no matter what, I wanted a bow in my dress. It wouldn't I would not have walked down the aisle without one.
Bow
There's bows
here,
in my shoes.
bows.
I know,
on the
they're both everywhere.
shoes.
I don't have bows in
Yeah.
my earrings today.
And there's no bow in your hair, but
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow there'll be one.
okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap up here soon. But how do you balance what a bride says she wants with what you know will make her feel amazing?
I think there's a great amount of trust that is put in our hands when we meet brides.
Agreed.
And I never take it lightly. It is incredibly like, I don't even know how to fabricate it into words, but I feel so honored to even just be there and be the one, just even if it's a step in there, they don't find their dress here.
Right.
Just being a part of that story. I think it's important that they know, like, I'm here for them and I'm going to be your friend more than I'm going to be your stylist. But part of playing both of those roles is I'm here for you, but I'm also your friend who's going to push you a little bit. So maybe,
Outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
like reading between the lines a little bit and saying, I know this is what you want. We're going to try that. But just try this one thing. Never know.
I feel like we're masters at
Yeah.
putting puzzles together. So like little pieces here and there, but maybe you're missing this one little piece.
Yeah.
And it's just finding that piece, but gaining the trust of the bride is so important.
Yeah.
Love it.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, and I think you're such a great listener too, that you pick up on keywords that they're not outright saying, but you understand.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, you got what I was saying. And like that is, excuse me, is so important.
Yeah.
And I think it's just watching you with your brides is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
we're happy you're a part of the team. We love you. Future brides, Rita's amazing. And we can't wait for you to meet more stylists either and like have you back on. And maybe we'll do like a fun accessories, like
We'll all
show
wear
us.
accessories.
Yeah, like have like a nice clean dress and show us how to make it unique.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, closing out, one final question. What do you love the most about the Wedding Shop?
Us.
You know, this is truly like
Pretty much.
this is an unreplaceable team we cannot do what we do without the people that we work with. And I don't even want to say work with because none of us come here like, oh, I gotta go to work.
Right.
But
We get to come in.
our team is so cool.
Yeah.
Like the friendships you develop here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny, like when we have newer girls who come, they're like, do you guys like all really like each other? Like it's real? I'm like,
Yes,
yeah,
we
we really
do.
do actually like
There would be no way to fake it.
No, I was like, we do actually really like each other. We spend
Yeah.
all day together.
Yeah.
We're 20 women, and
Yeah.
it works.
We spend, I feel like, more time here than sometimes we do at home. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to like the people you're surrounded by.
Yeah. But that bleeds off into anything.
Mhm.
I think because of our amazing team, like even like you girls who are running this team and like with our co-owners too, that bleeds into so much because we all like have such love and respect for each other. We all are here for the same goal. Like we want our brides to feel amazing.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Rita. Yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments. If Rita was your stylist, let us know.
Yeah.
And don't forget to send us some wedding photos. And we'll see you next week.
That's it. Wrap it up. Let's get to work.
Bye.